Wild car chase across Sydney's west has ended in a dramatic crash, leaving a trail of carnage in its wake, all the way from Prestons to North Rocks. Police say the car was driven by a wanted couple. Their vehicle also allegedly loaded with guns and suspected stolen items. For more, we're joined by former New South Wales police officer Luke Taylor in Wollongong. Good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning. It was unbelievable yesterday, wasn't it? Now that we've got an audio problem with you, unfortunately. Yeah, it was an incredibly dangerous situation. We'll try and come back to Luke as soon as we've re-established. Can you hear me, Luke, now? Can we hear you?
Yeah, got you, Carl.
OK, perfect. Dangerous, wasn't it, yesterday?
Yeah, it's very American-like. And for those of us old enough to remember, sort of brought back those O.J. Simpson vibes from years ago.
It did. Incredible to watch. And also I was listening to Ray Hadley on 2GB, who called the whole thing as well. It was so very near to being catastrophic as well. What did you make of the way that the police did it?
Look, from what the police are saying, the pursuit was called off quite early in the process, which was obviously the responsible thing to do. The traffic was quite light that time of day, which was a blessing. But yeah, I mean, the police protocols, obviously they're keeping police radio and the duties operation inspector constantly advised of traffic conditions, the speed and the mannerisms of the car. And you know, there's a number of checks and balances that are put in place to keep the public safe in that regard. And I think police showed great diligence in calling that off at a very early stage.
I don't know how they do that. I mean, it's obviously counterintuitive as a cop to let someone go, but we had the helicopter above tracking it all. I mean, these people are just idiots. What's the police protocol moving forward on something like that? How do you draw the line on where the public safety becomes paramount?
Well, that's the first consideration, and the police are trained in all those issues. And like I said, you've got multiple sets of eyes, and particularly in this day and age, Carl, there's so much scrutiny and accountability on the police that they're not going to endanger the life of any member of the public in that regards. But you're right, it is that balancing act, whether the offence is for property or if it's a threat on someone's well-being and safety, and they have to make that call, and they make that call in a split decision.
They did a brilliant job. They also made a pretty significant discovery in the back.
They did. Yeah, a couple of allegedly found a couple of weapons in the boot there, a sawn-off rifle of some description, also what's led to believe a gel blaster gun, but it's a pretty menacing-looking weapon. Looks like a replica Remington sniper rifle, which is still illegal, still a replica firearm. And you know, looking down the barrel of that, whether it's real or not, it's going to be a very frightening thing for anyone to face.
That's for sure. Luke, great work by the New South Wales cops. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Sarah.